Hey everybody, and welcome this week to Macbat 64, Journey of a Nice Chap. This is another Siactro game that we're playing, and I was looking at the order of release of Siactro games, and we have been playing it in probably the goofiest ass order possible. Putting it on screen, so you can see it. I'm sort of debating maybe retroactively going back and playing some of the earlier games and playing through them in the correct order, but who knows what could happen. Macbat is a bit of like a more traditional platformer, and it actually takes us through a lot of really 64 and 64 styled games as opposed to just one style of N64 game, or retro games as a whole. We have a cutscene here at the very beginning for which I'll be quiet for, but otherwise I'll be yapping the whole time.
A long time ago, almost 2 years now, Kiwiland was ruled by the evil Melon King. Only one flightless bird was brave enough to stop his reign of terror. And so the little bird saved all of Kiwiland, and the galaxy was at peace.
Alright, so that was pretty much it. The rest of these cutscenes aren't voiced, so you'll get to hear my lovely voice instead. I really like this one. I'm glad for the change up from the Tori games that I've been playing. This one definitely feels more like a Banjo Kazooie type game. Every mission we have like a general objective, I guess you could say. This one here is to get ourselves a drink, and this parrot will tell us a story. A lot of NPCs generally say some very this and that shit. Sometimes it's like, interesting. Sometimes it's something we'll see a character talk about in a later mission, like this character here who's interested in Legend of Bat 2. Well, we'll see if we run into them again. There's like this coin bag. I'm not going to go through every little this and that person. You can see collectibles all around the map. Those are on, I'm going to go ahead out on a limb here and say every level. And we need them so that we can purchase some grog from this rhino type character. It'll cost us 3 coins though, so we're gonna have to find ourselves a 3rd coin. This is another important character we'll run into in future or past games, maybe future Let's Played games, called Kiwi. He's pretty cool. I really like his, I've been playing his Kiwi 64 lately. So we have to make our way down to the sewer here, and there's like a couple little simple, I don't know, can we call them platforming puzzles? We have like this security camera that we can't really, go down this this sewer grate because it's blocking us. And the this little cheese-o-mat says, sometimes wonder if the camera would get dizzy when you spin around in circles. And the camera says, sorry, but I can't let anybody get down to the pump. I wonder if we would make it dizzy if we spun around. Yeah, he sure would, and we sure would. Now this kind of looks like, I don't know, I guess it's a fish, but it looked like a bag of trash to me the first time I played it, like a big blue fish. It kind of blows me away just how much these guys look like N64 things. Like, this Siactro, or whatever, is really talented in the way that he, designs, the environment. Like, this looks straight out of Banjo Kazooie. It's really crazy to me. So here we get the plot. Do we know where all the water in the world's coming from? Well, it's from this water factory. That's an interesting thing to manufacture, water, huh? Lately, however, the production stopped, so it stopped for some reason. You can recognize the water factory. It looks like a rock with a weird claw on the ceiling. And since the factory's locked up, we're going to have to go over there and take a peek and see what's going on. It takes 6 keys, though, and those 6 keys, as you might imagine, are spread out across 6 levels, for which we'll have to explore all 6 of them, and get those keys and get in the factory. And how many times can I repeat myself? There's something else. Oh yes, there are a lot of different sort of thematic levels in this game that are based off of really popular N64 titles, and I don't know. I'm kind of sort of blown away from this Macbat 64. It's not. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Like, it doesn't blow me away in terms of gameplay, but even almost as like a tech demo of the things that it's trying to show off, I'm kind of blown away with. And we completed this world. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing off all the secrets and stuff too. If you want to skip to the secrets because that's something you're interested in, you can see where they're at in the description below. First is the Birdie Beach. Now, on certain levels, there are secret collectibles. I'm thinking of the golden kiwis specifically. This is a level which has a golden kiwi, and I'm going to be collecting those in like the first available, like the first time we're in the level. I don't want to retroactively go back and visit levels just to get golden kiwis. So this guy is looking for his insides, which are coins, because he's a bag of coins. And it looks, you can see down there in the bottom left that we had to collect 5 of them. We also have this balloon, and we also have what appears to be a banana behind this guy. There we go, we picked it up. You can see it in the top left now. And so I imagine there'll be people who want all of these things that we've collected so far. The coins, the balloon, the banana. Let's see what this guy says. You can turn your camera with the right stick. Thank you for the tutorial tip. So there's a monkey. You reckon they want a banana? Yep, they sure do. So I was saying golden kiwis. The golden kiwi in this level, there are 4 in the whole game, is right there. And those allow us to unlock a pretty important secret at the very end of the game. Let's go ahead and grab our 5th coin and then put this balloon on top of this cage that has a key inside of it. And then way off in the background, you can probably see that rock with the claw on it. So that's where the water factory is. And I think if we press this, yep, we get one of those like little dart shooters, a dart gun, I guess. Dart shooters. Yeah, like bullet shooters, aka normal guns. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this big ugly octopus who has a balloon inside of him. Which, you know, you can probably guess. But we're going to take all these balloons, put them on the cage, and, you know, fly it out of the way so that we're able to get the key. This level looks a lot like the very first level. No, not the first level, the second level in Banjo Kazooie. I can't think of the name. I'm not actually a Banjo Kazooie head, but the one where you're on like the beach. I think you can, I think that's where the cheat code place in the original Banjo Kazooie was as well. So the last thing we have to do is trade these 5 coins to this bag, and we'll get another balloon, the 4th and final balloon. And then we'll get the key and get out of here. Yeah, it looks like, I think it has a shark that patrols the area, and I think it's called Snapper. I can't remember. But anyway, all 4 balloons, and you can see this is our collectible key. We'll need to grab 6 of those across 6 levels, as I already mentioned before. And this is another world knocked out. I'm also doing all the bonus levels and stuff too. So that mission's done. That one's done. Now, Tulsar's Forest. I think this level is sort of supposed to be like Zelda, but I'm not really sure. This is another one, surprisingly, I didn't play for the N64 all that much. We've got a bird here. He says there's a hidden treasure around Shirley. Let's talk to people in an appropriate order. We'll talk to this guy first. He said, "Bye, Rom. Will I ever find the magical goblet of Thulsar?" So he's looking for the goblet of Thulsar, and this guy asks if we need a hat, and if we had a coin, we could trade it to him for a hat. Not sure why we would need a hat yet. The Kiwi here says, "For some reason my soup tastes like metal. I have no idea why." Well, it's got a key inside of it, but let's get our objectives sort of panned out first before we go doing all these. A true hero needs a sword, a shield, and a very nice hat. Okay, so if we're going to go adventuring, we need a sword, a shield, and a hat. Firstly, there's our coin for our hat, and then that is locked. And as you might imagine, the solution to that, oh, he actually has a kiwi inside of his soup. Is that cannibalism on Kiwi's part? Alright, and now we got a shield, so we've got 1 out of 3 pieces to go adventuring. We don't have to kick up these bushes. I'm going to trade a coin for a hat. You can see we've got the hat and the shield now. Another secret golden kiwi. If you go on the right side here, where you can't adjust your camera, and walk to the left, you'll get the second golden kiwi. The third and final thing we need from up here is this sword. So now we're decked out a sword, a shield, and a hat. So the owl should allow us to go down into the temple and adventure. These are like Legend of Zelda temples. They're kind of puzzly in nature. I know it like almost looks like I'm just flying through this, but this is an extremely simple puzzle, and it turns that black face on the wall into a nice white one. Well, I say nice, but nice is in like it was asleep and now it's awake. I don't know what this is all about. There's like these huts, and then almost like what looks like a giant duck with a crown. I'm trying to understand if there's an overarching story between these games, but I'm not really sure. And I guess I probably shouldn't have done that, but this ghost here gives you the hint that you have to push this coffin out of the way. Looks like a lot of golden coins. We should stuff our pockets full of those if we could. But we've pressed the button, and let's see. I also like this is a dead room too, which makes me wonder if maybe those things on the wall translate into something. And by dead room, I just mean, of course, that there's nothing going on in it. So let's go ahead and get us on even sort of perches here, and then there we go. Come up and down and over. Wow, how am I this stupid? Okay, there we go. Now we got ourselves in the same position. It's like the Shadow Link, normal Link stuff. And now that we've done that, he is gone, and we can progress in this puzzle. And there you can see there's the goblet of what the fuck ever they called it. Weird also that we have these little kiwi badges all over the place, and that skeleton died. Ooh, how eerie. Now we can trade this goblet to this guy over here that was, wanting it for another key for us. So that's 2 out of 6 keys already. That's not bad. I assume this will be one of the shorter Let's Plays. Again, I'm trying to play through Siactro's whole catalog because I really like his games. And I don't know. Like, they deserve to be played through in their entirety. And I kind of want to... I know we started from... like, I showed that order of the games that I played and the weird order that I played it in. But... I don't know. It kind of came from like me just wanting to shoot from the hip and play a Tory game. Isn't it a nice and warm day, my lad? I guess so. Did pirates say my lad? That sounds like maybe more of an English type of a phrase. So now we have this, we've got coins to collect. I'm sure that this guy, my top is open. Don't look at me like that. My top is open, Hey, yo, what the hell? I love Robbie Beanland for the game, boss. Those windy tunes are the best. Oh, shit, let's go talk to, I didn't even see Kiwi was over here. Let's go talk to Kiwi, too. I like that you can just, as long as you go through every part of these levels, you can generally find what you're supposed to do. Have you seen those ghosty balloons? They scare me. Somebody should pop them. Well, we'll get right on that. So we fall down here. There's 2 more coins and a button for us to press. Something I like, so I haven't really pointed it out, but Macbat actually has finite flight, where you can only fly so much in like one little go. Like you can only go so high, but while you're under the water, you can actually fly as much as you want. Like I keep bashing the jump button after we've exhausted our flight there, and it didn't do anything. So this, I believe, is pretty well, like not a direct copy, but is a pretty strong, like this is supposed to be Donkey Kong 64. I had said that all the levels generally have like a sort of theme to them. Last one was Zelda. One before that was Banjo Kazooie, and this one was Donkey Kong 64, which becomes really, really, really evident at the very end of this level when we run into a guy that looks. I mean, we've already got a Kong that's on one side of this map, all the way over there, even though they didn't really have a ton to say to us. But we've got a really, staple Kong kind of on the top. And not staple as in like the Donkey Kongs up there. You're not going to see that. Wow, my camera was stuck for a sec. Yeah, you want to sit on this chair because if you get off of it for any reason, it floats back down. So, yeah, there's a Kong, and it's actually voiced, which is really weird. I don't recognize the voice actor. I think it's the guy who does the intros for, like, a couple different games. I also think it voices a character in Kiwi 64, but I'm not sure. And here we get some advanced kind of exposition where it looks like you've found a new friend, Kiwi. Fine, first him and then you and then Kiwi Land. And it's not all that hard to tell who that might be. The arch nemesis of Kiwi is, of course, the Melon King, who wants to stomp Kiwi and take over this Kiwi Land. I'm considering playing the original Kiwi, which I think just might be called Kiwi 64, and then Super Kiwi 64, I think is what I've been playing. I would like to take a shot at Kiwi 64 to see if it would be worth a Let's Play. If I can beat it in less than 10 minutes, I'm probably not going to play it for the channel. I guess helping this giant tree is our best way to find the key. Okay. And he misses his poor little fruit so much. Wants us to bring it back to him. I like this level a lot. I love the Kirby games. I would like to play Kirby 64, but if I played it, I would like to... Oh, look back there. There's a blimp with a little fruit on it. I would like to play Kirby 64 for the channel. It'd be a lot of fun. My only problem with it is to get all of the crystals and get the good ending, you have to play that game in a very specific way, and I don't have knowledge of that, so I would have to learn that whole game from beginning to end, how to get all the crystals in their very niche fashions in order to get the good ending of that game, which is something I absolutely would want to do if I played it. In the back there, you can see the water factory, that little rock with the claw on its head, and we've got 3 out of 5 fruits, so we're making pretty good time. I think we're coming up on another really simple puzzle. Oh, there goes the blimp flying by. You can see like a little Bob-omb looking guy. I also think Kirby 64 had some Bob-omb knockoffs in it as well. That would give you like the bomb power up. I played Kirby 64. I was really lucky because all the data is actually saved onto the packs in those games instead of like, you know, for PlayStation they were saved on the memory cards, and for your computer I guess they're technically saved on the hard drive or whatever, but the way that those cartridge games worked was that they were saved on the cart, same way with like the GBA and stuff. So I was lucky enough to have one of the carts that actually had all of the all of the crystals unlocked on one save file and all the levels, so that was really nice. That was another level done and over with very, very quickly, but I still really like it because, well, I love Kirby. Dude, I want to watch Kirby back at you so bad. I just don't really have the time lately to really be watching something that long. I have no clue at all what this is supposed to be. I think this is original, but I'm not sure. It has a lot of references, though. So this is the Tubular Mall. We can talk to this parrot, and he said, I didn't remember how tubular this place is. Tubular is the word of the day here. Here's a car. If we bring him batteries, he'll take us for a ride. So we'll have to keep that in mind. We can get on top of these Rubik's Cubes, do some pretty simple platforming, and get some coins. 1, 2, 3... Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, I know there's 5 in the level, and I just had the ones that remained in one shot there. Alright, so there's 3 out of 5 coins, and there's our 4th coin. The 5th one is where I anticipate going, which is inside of that building. Now we have a little robot over here, which is the Terminator. He's looking for Sarah Connor. I've never seen the Terminators, but even I'm aware of Sarah Connor from Terminator. Hey man, want to try out my pad and show me those moves? Well, I would love nothing more. So you're basically just doing some like dance moves. I think as long as you don't press the red, you progress. I've never pressed the red, but you know, I don't know. It's a pretty fun little simple thing. I like that it shows off. He's like, yeah, look, I can code this. I'm listening to Bear by Remute. That track is tubular, so that's at least 3 dings for tubular so far we've seen. And we've got this Kong here again. It's the launch day of Legend of Bat 2, and I don't have enough money. Damn. I remember feeling that way when I was a kid too, don't worry. So, 5 out of 5 coins. Lots of kind of retro looking things. Looks like an anti-Melon King game or sign. And here's this guy with a little night hat. He says, arcade games are hard when you don't have hands. I'm sure they are. I think this game is called the Shoot-inator, which we'll actually see in a later Siactro game in Super Kiwi 64. Let's get a good look at it in case you want to watch those videos and see that. So it's like got this purple little arcade thing here, and I'm trying to get its name. Yeah, the Shoot-inator. I don't know how well that'll show up, but you've had a couple of seconds to look at it. So Alright, so we'll take our coins up here and trade it to this guy, and he'll give us our copy of Bat 2, and we can play this other arcade game. This one's pretty simple and pretty fun. You play as Macbat, and you have to grab these fruits, and if that knight gets a hold of you, then you lose. We've got 3 of these. I guess I say they're fruits, but they kind of also don't look like fruits. I don't know. They look more like bombs to me. And now we got 3 out of 4 batteries, and if we take this Bat 2 game out here to this Kong, he says, "Thanks, dudes, that is tubular." That's at least 4 references to tubular, and I haven't been following the dialogue that closely around here, so maybe there are even more references to tubular. Again, word of the day, tubular. Now we have a little driving segment here. This is not hard at all. Huge margin for error here. I don't even think you can lose, but you have this on the left that charges up. You can imagine that like your speedometer. You go quicker and quicker, and you have to dodge these little red pillars. Again, you can hit these things and it'll just drop your speedometer down, and you'll have to rebuild it back up. But once you hit a certain speed, you lock into 88 miles an hour. And this, of course, is a reference to Back to the Future. Excuse me. And, yep, we go, I guess, back in time, get the key. There is another cutscene, I believe, that kicks us out to here. That car is like, "Oh, I had so much fun." Yeah, look, it even bursts in like the Back to the Future thing. And there is our third, wait, is it our third or our 4th key? I think the only reason, okay, hold up, let's go through. 1, I got a key there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up, did we get a key? Now it's time for a Mac race. This, I shouldn't have to point this out, but this, of course, is like a Mario Kart type of game. We've got Kiwi, we've got the parrot that we'll be racing against, and I think this is a really cute little move that he does here, where he takes off away from you. So around most of the corners here, there are these little oil spills. If you go into them without like a special power-up, you'll go really slow. Same way with these Melon King little cutouts. If you go around those Melon King, if you run into a Melon King cutout and you don't have this little squid boost, you'll reduce your speed a lot. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Of course, the little squid thing also makes it so that you can go across the oil, those little oil slicks. Boost just generally boosts you. Man, I can even hear him on my right. Oh, it's because he had the squid thing. But the squid thing also seems to give you a boost. So out of the 2 power-ups that you can get between a boost and the squid, you pretty much always want the squid. But it's whatever. You can't, I mean, I was really behind in this race the last time that I ever played this game, and I like still won. And that's not a flex to be like, I'm really good at this game made for children from 20 years ago. But oh shit, am I about to lose? That would be a very humbling experience to lose this race, huh? Well, I didn't lap anybody, which is good, because that would be really embarrassing. Kiwi is actually really, really slow in this race, so... And there's our squid. I wonder if you could just cut corners really badly if you had, like, the squid, because I bet the grass slows you down. But anyway, there's that. I also don't think we're credited with a key for that mission. I think it's just like a little break that we do. Oh, and you can see that blimp in the background there, too. Very interesting. It uses a lot of the same assets from that Kirby world that we just played. So on to the next level, which is the Moody Mansion. I'm not 1,000% sure what exactly this is all referencing. I think it's still Mario 64 maybe, but I also think it's a little bit of Luigi's Mansion. Alright, we have to find the key. Now, a lot of locked doors around here. We have this little phantom looking character. It's so dark in here I can't see anything. It's like I'm missing my eyes or something. Okay, so we've got this door which appears to be the only unlocked door, and we can go through it. Kind of goofy. We have this like ghost banana thing, but since it's a ghost, it's a phantom, it looks more like a fucking pickle. And I'll go ahead and grab that key. Now where this kiwi painting is, you can go right through it and get your 3rd golden kiwi. So we're at 3 out of 4 right now. And we have a blue key, which of course opens up the blue door. Lots of cool little paintings around here too. Again, a very Super Mario 64 type of feel. So there's a mummy, and if we step on these buttons, it lights these up kind of like Frankenstein a little bit, like using the electricity to raise Frankenstein, but it's not doing anything when we press all 4 buttons, so there's got to be more to it than that. So if we open this door here and continue down this hallway, oh man, how creepy is that? Lots of little phantom footsteps and an eye. Oh, and a painting of that skeleton guy. What a rhyme. So we can push this eye up and out of here. And who said that they couldn't see again? I can't remember. Was it the bird or the guy with no eyes? It must have been the guy with no eyes. Because, there we go, we give it to him, and he gives us a little headlamp. He said, you can see a bit clearer as well with this. And we still have the red key, so we can open up this door here. And through it is another pickle banana that we just kind of blast away. Sorry, the camera wasn't agreeing with me much there. Looks like Nosferatu almost on the wall there. And some kind of a weird game on the wall there. I'm not familiar with whatever that one is. But now we have a pink key. So we can use it, as you might imagine, on a pink door, which is the only door we haven't opened yet. And inside of here, there should be like a flash, and then there's like this weird looking vampire bat looking thing. I guess it looks a lot like us. He says, who dares to enter my, it's you. You could really visit me more often, you know. So somebody who is aware of us. Also, on the table there, you can see a book for Macbat 64. Is the game we're playing, and an answer to a puzzle on the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top left, bottom right, bottom left, top right. I just kind of like, I don't know, I close both eyes and I take a screenshot in my mind of the answer. I used to have a teacher that said that. He was pretty funny. He's like, I don't know why, he's like, you guys can remember stuff like if you, like, you can remember sort of abstract things in your mind, or not abstract, but you can remember things in your mind by like seeing them, right? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, well, just imagine screenshotting with your eyes then. Okay, whoa, I had the weirdest dream. No wonder, I was sleeping on a key. So Frankenstein is awake, and we've got our... Is that the 6th key? I think that's the 6th key. I think we're getting close to the end of the base game. There's a lot of bonus levels, though, so don't worry. We're not so close to the end that, like, you know... And we still have secrets to go through, too. So that'll be really cool. Moody Mansion into Water Factory. So now it's time, now that we have all 6 keys, to enter that rock with the claw on the top of it and see what the hell's going on with the water around here, because apparently it isn't working right. It does look like we've got some rain though, so that's nice. Alright, so we are now opening the water factory. Ooh, how eerie is that? Man, this is kind of spooky, but I suppose that's no mystery for Siactro. He's always nothing new for Siactro, maybe I should say. Oh, also he gives us flippers, our captain does, so that we move faster while underwater, which is really handy because this is a big underwater area that we're going to now. Yeah, man, that cutscene was so long, even the water effect looped. I love the skyboxes here too. Man, no better feeling. I think a lot of the Star Wars games had really good skyboxes also. And we're in what kind of looks like a bathtub almost. Ooh, how eerie. And we've got, let's go ahead and get an analysis around here. We got the head of the bathtub and some soap, and looks like liquid soap here as well. And this guy says, I used to make all the new water until the smelling guy screwed things up. Screwed everything up. And we've got a screw there to collect. Screws are one of the collectibles here. This is kind of an eerie map, but honestly not really like that bad. Like, don't get too worried about it. We've got this here with an eye on it. Very peculiar. Because that's in a bunch of other Siactro games as well. And there's this guy with a gas mask. He says, I crashed into the wrong game and now my submarine is damaged and it needs screws to be fixed. Well, we can manage that. And we have this weird thing with like a mask on it. That actually was in I think the first Tori game that we played, whichever one had the Christmas stuff in it. Maybe Tori 2 now that I'm thinking about it. And there's the 4th kiwi behind this guy. So we have all 4 golden kiwis, which is really nice. Now, before we go underwater, I'm going to grab this balloon. I guess we could also talk to this guy. He says he's really hungry. If you feed him, he might let you bounce on his back. So, oh wow, this also looks like where that chair was. So, or like looks like the chair that we put a balloon on earlier. So here is a spooky skeleton fish. It also has a screw on its tail. And it looks like they plugged up both the dirty water and the fresh water, so no water at all around here. And it appears as though there's a chest here, probably for our, third screw. And then we have a star down here. We can go ahead and give it the balloon, and it starts to float away, and it gives us a screw. And there's some fish food here as well. That we can, well, I guess I say fish food. I guess it's duck food that we can feed to this duck up here and bounce off of its back. And then once we bounce, it launches us really high up in the air, and we have all 5 screws that we need to give to this little, well, I almost called him a mariner, but I don't think that's right, a submariner. How about it? And this person here, we have to take the little shooter and blast him a couple times in the face until, well, I don't really even remember what happens. He gives us the golden stamp for letting us know that the mission is done and over with. And just like that, you can see the stars start to float up and out of the level. Very cute. Cool. So we've got the stamper, and we can move on to the boss fight of this game, which is the last level of the main game, which is pretty cool. Okay, time to show you what I'm made of. Oh man, not fucking, what's that? Crush 42? Not the Crush 42 song kicking in. Show you what I'm made of. So yeah, now we've got a big boss fight coming up with the Melon King, or as he likes to be called, and I think we'll see here, the Melon Emperor. Are you ready to get squished like the insect you are, little bat? Man, he makes it really sound like this is going to be easy, which, I suppose if you see him here, he's like a mechanical melon. Oh, great fruit of evil Melon King, Emperor, addendum. So he's got 2 big metal hands, and really, this first part, actually none of this boss fight's very hard, which I kind of appreciate. You don't even have to jump on his hands, which is something that I thought you'd have to do, like maybe, I think SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think the SpongeBob boss was like that, where you had this, like, slam on his hands. But you get this little, dart shooter, and you can shoot darts into the Melon King, and that is already the first phase done, and he only has 2 phases, so he brings a hand back and he'll slam it down on these buttons, and those buttons actually launch this cannon that has rocks over top of it. This cannon over top of our head that launches rocks. I don't know if we can get hit at all. I don't think I've ever been hit in this game. Now would be a really humbling experience to get hit finally. I actually think I was wrong. I think there's 3 phases to this, but the 3rd phase is like really simple, even though it's still pretty cool. So there is that Melon King. I don't even really know where we were fighting. Was that on top of the on top of that rock? And I really don't know what we're jumping on. It almost looks like packs of like Marlboros, like red Marlboros. All right, so we see the Melon Emperor. Sorry, I didn't mean to misnomer him. There in the back, and we jump on this little cannon here and fire one more shot and knock the Melon Emperor out for good. Wow, look at him fly. How beautiful. Man, it looks like a fucking Trix yogurt in the background. One of those ones that you can mix together. Man, those shits were the bomb. They were so tasty. Okay, let me think here. Who should we talk to? We got a lot of people to talk to. We'll see if anybody has anything interesting. He says, wow, that was fantastic. Damn. I'll try to be nicer next game. Note you're the hero. Good job. Wow, it's a lot of Neon Genesis Evangelion congratulations around here. I like this guy. He says, my game was more interesting than that, old melon. Sorry, DM. You really took your time. Back in my days, that old melon wouldn't have lasted 2 seconds. What exactly is your days? Then you can see like his little emperor outfit is here too. We also have some of our watery guests in and around here as well. It's about time. We were looking for a new home, and I don't think this guy actually talks to us, but I am pretty sure that this water guy talks to us. Water will flow back like in the good old days. And we've got the submarine guy off in the corner, but we actually can't go to him. There's like an invisible wall that blocks us. So that is that. I think that is the main game done and over with, and we got our little stamper. The little bonus games are actually more creepy than anything. And something that's kind of depressing, I can go ahead and talk about now while we're getting our little transition into the bonus stages. There is one bonus stage that is only included with the Nintendo Switch version of this game, and it kind of sucks because it's got some pretty cool, like, themes to it and stuff. I wish that they had just made the stupid Christmas level a part of the Nintendo Switch exclusive instead, but nope, we lost the cool mechanical Metroid type of level instead. Okay, so just some of these voice actors and stuff. I'm not able to skip these, and I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's so short anyway. Not everybody was credited who worked on it, but not too many people worked on it, so it's not like a fucking Konami game or something. Maybe I should take all the amazing people who supported me. Wow, how endearing. That is the end. Yeah, that mask guy was in Tori 2. I think the bonus Christmas levels, the guy who has the red and white mask. We got the bonus book. Enjoy a bit of rather weird bonus material. Wow, what a little tongue tire there. Some bonus levels. First bonus level. I don't remember. I remember the bonus levels, I just don't remember the order. So this is like a more like, I don't know, not survival platformer, but you actually have like the possibility of dying in this level, which is fine because the checkpoints are generally really forgiving. You might assume, of course, that if we step on these little spinning blades that we'll die, and you would be correct. So you've got to kind of, thread the needle a little bit. You also can't, like I mentioned earlier, you can't just fly infinitely, so you can't just like up and fly out of that little area. It's kind of interesting because like, well, not only is this sort of creepy, but this is like, I don't know, it's really like weird thematically. Like there's nothing going on, it's dark all around. I don't know, it's not incredibly hard, but I guess it could be a little hard. I also, like, I've never gotten hung up, but this would be a very funny level to get hung up on. I also have no idea what this might be referencing. It looks a little bit like an Odd World type of game, like Abe's Odd World or something, like the old Odd World game. The old Odd World games, but I don't know. Maybe it's not even in reference to anything. It also gives me some weird vibes, like, I think there's a game called Garage Bad Dream Adventure, and that's another one of those games that kind of reminds me of, oh, it's a postcard that we're stamping. That's kind of cool. I didn't notice that until now. Ooh, this one's a very eerie mission. Almost ready for a trip to the cinema, my lad. If only I knew where my money was. So, we get to run into another character from one of the Tori games. It's one of the people that I ran into in the, he got me. One of those guys that I ran into in the, where Glitchy was, actually. Yeah, there he is. We can get a good look at him here. You can see he's got, like, this glitchy face. I wish I could remember what this is called in the, whoops, I got by the guy again. Hey, at least it just respawns us. At least we don't have to restart this whole shit over again. So there is 1 out of 5 coins. Really not that hard. This level is not that hard, especially since you don't get penalized for losing so bad. And I guess if you were spooked by insects, that insect would have made you had a heart attack. I don't know. Man, he didn't even really care for me there. But yeah, that's a guy who appears in the final level of Tori 2 on one of the little outcroppings in that final area. Also, weird tendril room. Let's see, can I not? Nope, I got my ass got. Fair enough. Weird how sometimes it'll like aggro on you and sometimes it won't. Oh, I really like this area. So take the coin, right? Oh, and we just dodged the cabinet. I've never dodged it before, but it normally falls on you and kills you. This level also eerie, or this area, because oh, there's a TV that turns on. But we have all 5 coins, so it doesn't really matter if this weird looking guy, I think he's literally just called creepy guy or weird guy. Oh, let's see what he says. Oh, you found it? Alright, let's get some popcorn. Hey, I am so down. Man, I the other day, I was just feeling a hankering for some fucking movie theater popcorn. I don't want that shit that you can get at the supermarket. I wanted movie theater popcorn. That stuff seemed like, I don't know. Something about it, I was just thinking about it the other day. Okay. Oh, nice. This is where we can use our golden kiwis. All of these guys give us like a little hint for where the golden kiwis would be in this game if you don't know where they're at. He says, I could have swore I saw a golden thing behind those crates on that island we were on, or back at the beach. This guy says if he had a golden treasure, he would hide it behind his shop back in the forest. Oh, nice. And because we, poke the temple and we have all 4 golden kiwis, we unlock that little, well, I don't even know what you would call it. There is Kiwi. Have you tried looking behind my face in that creepy old house? That was the painting. And then, back in the bathtub, I had this constant itching in my back. Now, the thing we get for here is a pair of wings. We got the wings of a kiwi. They let you jump unlimited times. Now you can jump across the level borders and explore the unexplorable. How interesting. So we can use them to collect this little stamper here and also access all of the secrets that I said that we could access in the game. I think we have another level or 2 also still to go. I think the next one might be the Christmas level. It's been a little bit, so. Yes, it does look like the Christmas level. Also the only one with a preview for it. And this is the last of the bonus levels, and I guess the levels as a whole. After this, it's only secrets to go. It's nice. I mean, I guess if you're in the holiday spirit, I'm a bit of a bah humbug type of guy, a little Scrooge. That's not really true at all, but I do like the holidays. But I just don't like. Maybe I'm just bitter in this game because we didn't get the cool Metroid level. All we got was this stupid Christmas one. Anyway, I guess I should talk about it. I'm kind of blown away with the level making in this game. And I guess all of Siactro's games, to be fair. He's like really talented as far, he didn't have to make these bulbs. He could have just made them all collectibles in every level the same way that he did in the Tori games, where the main collectible that you had to collect are the stars. But nope, he made bulbs, he made coins, he made later on these stop and swap eggs. He made a lot of shit. I'll go ahead and get these, and I might ride the train. How far is the train? Maybe I shouldn't wait up on the train. No, it's actually really far. So we'll go ahead and do the rest of this kind of area around, and maybe I'll kind of keep my eye on the train and see if I'm able to take it around to grab the bulbs that are on the outside of this map. This is also kind of a little cool area. I like that you can't really tell sort of where you're supposed to be going, but as long as you move the stick in a direction and you press the A button, you're good. Also, there is an ice skeleton king up here. Very interesting. So here are some bulbs, and I still think that train is way, way, way behind us. Also, is that all of the bulbs? I thought I had way more coming up. Maybe not. Must have misremembered. Anyway, on the very top of the Christmas tree, there's now a star, and inside of that star, instead of Christmas gifts at the base of the tree, our Christmas gift is this little stamper for us. How charming. World completed. Now, I think after this, I want to make triple double sure at the mission select, but I think after this is all just the secrets that we have to find. Let me look through these just right quick. There are 4 secrets in total, I think. Yes. So, first things first, let's try and do them in best order that I can think of. Birdie Beach. Let's do here. Now that we have the unlimited flight, we can explore and find these stop and swap eggs. Now, I call them that, and I think they're just called bonus eggs on the wiki, on the Siactro wiki, and they're called that, or I call them that, because in Banjo Kazooie, there were these enigmatic eggs, and an ice key, and a bunch of this and that collect. I actually think it was just eggs and an ice key. And this was before, you could really dive into code that well of games. They were still carts back then, and this was before, you could just look online, or developers would tell you what things were. And there were these mystery eggs all throughout the game, and you could collect them, but it didn't seem like they did anything. Of course, we've collected our first egg here, and it takes us to the level that is used for the intro cutscene, and that is actually all that there really is to see here. I'm going to just go ahead and go around it, do a little once-over so that we can, see everything, I guess, that there is to see. And that is what's this place called? It's called the Grog pub, the grog pump. That's right. Named after the grog pump that's inside of it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes, the stop and swap. Nothing in Tulsar's Forest. I think there is something in Strangely Familiar Jungle. But anyway, there were these eggs, and nobody could, like, figure out what they were for. And what it turns out to be is in the Nintendo 64 apparently saved, like, in its RAM, whenever you turned it off, it saved on the 64 progress for the game that you were just playing. Now, what they wanted to do was do something with that where you, sorry, I'm getting all kinds of turned around. I think actually we can just exit this way, because I'm pretty sure this is where the egg is. Hold up, there's like an ugly yellow egg around here. Hold up, I might cut until I find it. 1 second. Okay, here it is. It's on the left side of the map. I thought it was on the front of the map. But anyway, this shouldn't become story time. I'll just make it real quick. It was supposed to be like secrets that bled across the games by switching out your Nintendo cart pack, but that wasn't really explained all that well, and it like was questions people had for the devs for years. This, of course, is in reference to Sonic Adventure. Very Sonic Adventure looking levels, skybox, water, textures, enemy here. This is, of course, Dr. Eggman. One day I will conquer this world with my flying masterpiece. And then, like, these businessmen and random NPCs that there were in Sonic Adventure. Wonder if this game will see a release one day. I don't think so. And this guy, I love him a lot. He says, yeah, this is happening. I'm the fastest fisher alive. I feel like I saw him in another Siactro game, but I don't remember. Okay. So we have done 2 out of 4 of the secrets, and I just remembered, I do know where all the other ones are. So here's Tubular City. This is the 3rd one. I don't know. I didn't want the stop and swap thing to go on for too long, but it was basically like a weird mechanic that was included in the games. Like, could you imagine if there was, like a collectible in a game full of collectibles, and it seemingly did nothing. You couldn't trade it, you couldn't use it, it didn't unlock anything. So, like, you know, what's it for? It's like a weird gaming mystery. So here in Tubular City, we have a blue egg, and it unlocks this sort of weird area. I like this a lot, like pizza in ramen. That would just destroy your not cardiovascular system, I wouldn't assume. Maybe like it would clog your arteries is definitely what I want to say. This area also kind of looks like Tori 2's like little Neo Tokyo shit that I was talking about, but I don't think it's like identical or anything. There's nothing really to see here besides this. Did I even address what the second bonus was? Let's take a look. So I did that one, Birdie Beach. And I also did Strangely Familiar Jungle. Okay, yeah. I think we're all good. Now then, we have in that level, if you remember, where we got the Tory wings, which I think was right here. There is a 4th and final mystery egg to be gotten. I forget if it's in the air or outside of the boundaries of the level. Always forget with this one. I get it confused with that oddly familiar jungle all the time. Let's see. Not back here. It looks like it's might be behind. Oh no, there it is. It's outside the level. And this is another yellow, one of these stop and swap eggs or mystery eggs or bonus eggs or what the hell ever. This one is probably the most unique out of all of them, but I'm not as impressed with it as I am with some of the other stuff. I would say probably the Sonic Adventure one's probably my favorite, but this one here, whenever you go and grab it, it like does this sort of top-down RPG thing. Maybe like not 8-bit RPG, but maybe like 16-bit. Something that's cool about this, this is actually a map of the world. So this is South America. Continuing up, we also have North America here. We're coming up, like this is the United States. This is Canada. I guess let's go the other direction. This is like Alaska. On the right here, we have Greenland, Iceland, Europe. and this is Africa. I almost said South Africa, Madagascar, Australia. I think this is called Indonesia. It's been a little while. And then we have like Russia, China, Japan, and yeah, that's I guess this is in reference to some game, which his name will put on the screen now because I don't remember it. But yeah. this was my geography lesson showing I do in fact know where the continents are. Anyway, that's been Macbat 64. I don't really have a lot to say about it other than what I've said. It's another fun Siactro game. I enjoyed it. Sorry it's so short, but I mean, what can you do? Anyway, that's been Macbat 64. I'll see you all next week. Later.